Hey guys, welcome to the live stream for this week for Friday. I'm very excited to have you here. I don't know if you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, but wherever you're watching from, I appreciate you being here and I appreciate you writing with me. I'm always excited to do the live streams because I get to work on my fiction, which during the week I don't often get to work on. We're going to have a special live stream for NaNoWriMo starting on the 1st at 4 o'clock, same time as usual. And we're going to kind of kick off National Novel Writing Month. If you've never done it before, which I actually never have, it's really fun because you write a whole book essentially in a month. Now, I am definitely not going to be writing a whole book in a month. I have 2 major trips planned for November, but I'm going to do more writing than normal. I was thinking of maybe doing like regular check-ins on the channel. I haven't really figured it out yet. I think I'll think about it over the weekend and think of, or if you guys have ideas for what you would like to see during NaNoWriMo, that would be awesome too. Just drop them in the comments. Every time we've had National Novel Writing Month, I've usually been on deadline. So I've been working on my own books and yes, technically writing a book in a month, but not one that was for fun. So this will be the first time I get to do one for fun. So I'm pretty excited. Welcome, Gayla. Nice to see you here. And also to Wendy. Good to see all these jump starters hopping on to do the live stream sprints. And if you didn't already see it, Plotting Part 1 is on my channel. And you can download the free master plotting plan, which covers your external plot. We're going to get into internal plot on the channel in a couple of weeks. That is on the Circle community. And I will drop a link in my chat for that, in case you guys haven't already seen that. It's in the resources section. And so it's free. All you do is create an account over there. Everything is free. And you can download the master plot plan. Hey, Cheryl, nice to see you here. So I have trouble concentrating on 2 things at once. I'm not 21, obviously. Today we're going to do what we normally do, which is 10-minute sprints of writing. I play some music. You guys write, I write, and then we come back and chit chat and talk about your plot or whatever writing questions you have. So when we come back from the 10 minutes, just if you have a question, drop it in the chat and I will answer it and hopefully help you with whatever you're stuck on in your book right now. So I want to get started on the first one so that we have plenty of time to write today. And we will come back, like I said, in 10 minutes after we write some. All right, see you soon. That was a fast 10 minutes. Welcome, everybody, and thank you, Gayla. I'm so glad you downloaded the plot plan and hopefully the character plan too. I'm super excited about this because we're dealing with goals this week, and next week will be motivation. I was just editing that video, and I just love kind of doing the basics of plot. So if you guys have questions on any of those videos, please let me know. I hope your writing went well. Let me know what you're working on if you haven't already. I don't know what, let's see, I'm just doing a little bit of a scene that I'm not even sure I'm going to use in my book, sort of a exploratory scene. So it's just 319 words of just kind of figuring something out with my character. I made some notes that kind of gave me an idea for where I want to go with the scene. I'm just not sure that it's going to actually go in there. It might be more backstory than anything else. Yes, Wendy, 151 words. That's awesome. And are you working on your work in progress? What's everybody else working on? I know Miss Doodle Dog is not here today yet, or she might be, but just not in the comments. And she's working on a memoir. Cheryl, I don't know if you're working on your work in progress, but it's always kind of exciting to me when you guys are doing this along with me. I want to talk about what I read this month. Our book club book was All the Light We Cannot See, which is really, really good. There's going to be a Netflix series in November. So if you didn't read it, I highly suggest it. And then I read this Riley Sager that was super scary. I'm such a scaredy cat, but this was a really good ghost story. I was already having trouble sleeping anyways because I've been traveling a lot lately, and that really messes with my sleep schedule. Probably wasn't my best choice for a book. And yes, Wendy, the upteenth version of chapter 1. I was actually looking at my prologue for my work in progress and debating writing a whole new one. But I don't really have, I have an idea, but I don't have like where I want to start with it yet. So I go through the same thing as you guys do. I'm just like, I don't know, should I delete this? Should I keep this? What should I do? So it's the exact same kind of debates. I just kind of write faster because I've been writing forever. And I type super fast, just like I talk super fast. As my husband will say, just slow down a little. Let's do another sprint, and that way we can keep getting ready for our National Novel Writing Month, which I'm super excited about. And we'll see where we come back from that. So let's do another 10 minutes and see what we get. All right. Okay, I'm back, and Gayla is working on a sweet romance. That's awesome. And Cheryl's got the master plotting plan, and she's working on that about her hero. So sometimes I wish that you guys could just like get on and talk like we do in the masterminds, so that I can just like help you out with the plot problem. So Cheryl, if you're having problems with the hero, then I like the hanging the wrong man thing. I think that's awesome. I think that's a really cool hook for your book. So if you want to chat about it, just drop a comment in the chat here. I did another 300 pages that, 300 pages, don't I wish, 300 words that I'm not super happy with. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this, and that's what happens when I'm not planning ahead. But I did, in preparation for Nano, I did print out the book because I'm going to go through it over the week and hopefully before the 1st so that I can kind of mark up what I'm going to change and where I'm going to go with it. I really liked how Riley Sager did Home Before Dark, and because I have a similar kind of plot element in here, I think I'm going to go back and study that book as well and really look at the plot structure. That's one of the things I suggest in the plot video, is that you study the plot structure of movies and books that you read. And I think that sometimes that is hard to do because you get so immersed in the experience. But if you can step back and study those things, it really helps you a lot in learning how to plot your own books. That's what the highlighter method of learning to plot, that ebook that is on my Writing Compelling Fiction website, talks about, is taking books that you really liked and analyzing the plots and the conflict and all of the other elements in there. And it is literally what I did before I sold my first book. Now that I'm kind of writing in a different genre, I want to study how those particular types of plots are constructed a little bit more than I have up till now. I'm really excited about the book that I'm working on, so I'm psyched to kind of delve deeper into this sort of thing. I have to take another trip on November 2nd. I'm going to Scottsdale, Arizona for the $1 Million Mingle. So I've got a whole bunch of plane time to be working on this book, which I love because nobody can call me, nobody can bother me. And I've got like 5 hours just to myself. And Wendy, excellent job with the 156 on your romantic suspense. Looking forward to seeing how that changes when we have our mastermind meeting at the in a couple, like 3 weeks, I think. It's not that far away. So I think that's kind of cool and fun. And I'll have lots of conversation with you guys too by then about my own plot, because I'm going to do exactly this for mine. But by then I'll have an internal plotting plan for you guys as well. So we'll have a whole bunch of tools for you by the end of the month. So nobody has any questions. So let's go do another. This is what happens. You have to work, right? It's like school. You have to go work for another 10 minutes. So let's do another 10 minutes. There we go. Hey, Linda, nice to see you. I'm glad you're going to put more impact and emotion into the theater book. And Cheryl, it'll get easier once you kind of nail how plot works. It all kind of gets a lot easier. Although I say that, and then I just talked about how I was going back and forth on my own. It gets more innate, but not necessarily easier, because you're always trying to be better than the day before, which was something I did in a video a few days ago. Not necessarily is the job ever easy, which is good because it keeps me challenged, keeps me moving in new directions and learning new things. So I like that. Good job, Wendy. I think I did about the same amount of words, and now I kind of like what I'm working on now. I guess just kind of clean it up because it's messy when you're just sprinting. I think we can do one more sprint before we end for the day, which today's my husband's birthday. So I'm going to go bake a cake and have that with him. I love cake. In case you guys didn't know, I know we don't have any cake here. I wish I had the cake already baked and decorated so I could have brought it and we could have virtual cake. But maybe I'll save a piece. Probably not. I don't think it will make it till the 1st for the NaNoWriMo kickoff. But cake is not something that lasts long in my house. I really like it. So we'll have virtual cake. I'll find some kind of a video of cake and call it that. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, that's our celebration for today. And yes, very messy to have cake while at my desk, but seriously, cake is my jam. Gail asked a great question. Can you have a brand name in your book like Tylenol or Coca-Cola? Yes and no. So certain brands are very, very protective of their brands, like Superman and the Super Bowl and Mattel. A lot of them are very protective of their brands, and if you use them, like I remember being told not to use those in my books for HarperCollins and Hachette, but other ones not so much. And in my opinion, you can use it as long as you're not using it in a disparaging way, because then you can't get yourself into any trouble. Like if you say that your hero was poisoned by a hamburger at McDonald's, that could be taken the wrong way by McDonald's and could be grounds for them to say, we're going to go after her legally for disparaging our name. So you can say that, they enjoyed a great hamburger at McDonald's and then, went out to the parking lot and had an argument or something. But as long as you're not disparaging the brand, then yes, feel free to use it. I use brand names a lot in my books just to kind of show who the character is. A character that drives a Lexus is very different from a character that drives a VW Bug from the 60s. Or a character that has a Wolf stove in her kitchen is different than a character that has a Kenmore stove in her kitchen. It's just the perception of the character and where they are at that stage in life in terms of wealth and career and everything else can be formed easily by the reader when you give those kinds of details. You just want to make sure they're not in a negative way. And yes, thank you, Wendy, for happy birthday to him. And chocolate fudge. I made a chocolate cake. I made Ina Garten's Betty's cake, I think it's called. It's a really good moist chocolate cake, and I'm going to make a buttercream frosting and decorate it. He likes cars, and he has a sports car, and so I got a model of his sports car. I'm going to put it on top and just be all dorky. And yes, writing sprints can be messy as well, especially if you do them with cake. I am not the neatest of eaters, and I really, really love cake. Like, I can't even begin to tell you people how much I love cake. Anyways, let's do another sprint and see if we can get some more words down and go from there. And I'll share the recipe that I used in the chat in case anybody really wants to make an amazing chocolate cake. So let's go, and 10 more minutes. Okay, I don't know if that's 10 minutes because I forgot to start my timer when I went. Nice to see you here, Gayla. I totally understand people that have to leave, and nice to see you here, Faith, too. Faith's going to be lucky enough to get to have some cake. So, and I'm sorry, Cheryl, with the food allergies. I get that. I'm lactose intolerant, probably shouldn't be having buttercream frosting, but to me it's worth it. I will regret it later. I don't know. Anyways, I wrote another couple hundred words, and now am luckily at a stopping point where I've got to sort of figure out some other things in the plot. And Wendy, thank you. It was a little bit longer. Yeah, I was like starting to write, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to start the timer. But that's okay. More words for everybody, right? So do not forget that November 1st, we're going to have our NaNoWriMo kickoff party. And if you're not already in the Circle community, we're going to be talking about NaNoWriMo through the whole month. So I'll probably just start a discussion post just about that for all of you that are doing that. And maybe we'll do some kind of celebration at the end of the month, or some kind of a prize for whoever writes the most or something like that. Again, I haven't thought about it yet, but I will. I'll think about it this weekend. Good job, Wendy. You got like 400 or 500 words here all there. Today on our live stream. So thank you guys for writing with me. And I hope you come back next Friday and try for November 1st to kick off NaNoWriMo and National Novel Writing Month. My voice is going. That's because it's Friday. And I will see you all at the next live stream. So happy writing over the weekend. Bye, guys.